today we have Grant Baum, a first-year Foothill student with us, Ibrahim and I, and we're gonna, he's our featured guest today, so we're gonna hopefully have a featured guest.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah, my bad. So we're gonna hopefully have a good conversation here.
Cool.
Yeah, so Grant, I heard you took a gap year right out of high school, right? This is your first year at Foothill, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what made you decide to go on that gap year?
I was enrolled in Foothill, and my approach was just get the next 2 years over with, kind of. But I just started thinking about that's still 2 years of your life. You don't want to just say I'm just gonna suffer and get 2 years of my life over with. I'll just kind of give it away to suffering. I don't know. Not that Foothill is suffering, but
No,
that was my approach. And so yeah, the deal was I made a deal with my mom that if I could take a year off school and work, she said I had to do something challenging, and so then I signed up for a study abroad program to go to Bolivia. And
so you were there. Oh, so you were there for study abroad. Nice.
Yeah. It wasn't really study abroad. It wasn't at a university. It was more focused on cultural learning, I guess. And
it's pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean that's a challenge in itself. Just going to a foreign country and living there you were there for 4 months, right? You said.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, that's a pretty long period of time. Was there a culture shock when you first got there? Where you I would kind of freak out, I think, for the first couple of weeks, trying to get my footing in a new country.
Yeah. So actually, after your guys' presentation, I was talking to Ibrahim about this because for the first month or so, I was not happy to be there pretty much.
Yeah.
I was I'm pooping it in a hole in the ground, and there's stray dogs. You can't go out at night because it's just dangerous. I was in this really small farm town basically.
Okay.
So the dogs might attack you, or why was it dangerous?
Or people had even gotten kidnapped there.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a lot in some areas.
What?
Kidnappings and ransoms.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but I guess for some chronological orientation or whatever, it started out as substantial traveling through Peru. In Peru, we stayed a little bit in a random small town. They really tried to avoid Lima and Cusco and the big cities.
Okay. Was that more to get a cultural feel, or because those cities were sketch, or what?
Yeah, to get a cultural feel, because they really didn't want to do touristy things.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they kind of the one deal was we get to see Machu Picchu, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But so yeah, stayed in Peru. Then we did a trek around the tallest mountain in Peru. That was you said that you got sick when you went to Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
We got it started storming, and we had to turn back because it was raining too bad.
God.
And there's I got altitude sickness.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy.
And
that's pretty. That's the Andes, right?
Yeah, Andes.
That's pretty tall, right? How tall was it? in comparison to Lake Tahoe was 10,000 feet, I think.
We definitely, I don't know, this number could be totally insane, because I don't have good reference, but I feel at points we were 16,000 feet in the air.
Probably.
We were
I can believe that. That's crazy though.
But that was pretty cool in itself, because we had a local tour guide, and I don't know, a lot of people didn't like the coca leaves, but that's a big thing there, and I got really into it, into chewing the coca leaves or whatever, and that helps with altitude.
Yeah.
So they have all these traditions where the mountain is a god, and every time you take coca leaf, because everyone just carries it around in a little pouch here and just takes them out throughout the day, and you blow your leaf and pray to the mountain or whatever to give you a safe journey.
Yeah.
And so those little things are before we left, we had this super in-depth ceremony where he would put a coca leaf to your forehead and then blow on you and stuff, and it was so you could have a safe journey. But it was cool. Obviously it was a white kid being okay, this is I don't believe this, but to see that the guy actually believed it all, that was pretty cool. So yeah, we did that, and then we went to the village where the guy was from in Peru, and they only speak. It's on like the edge of the Amazon, and they only speak like a local language, so complete language barrier.
Whoa.
Like no Spanish even.
No English.
It was like hand motions, like.
Okay.
Wow. But the guide he spoke. He was
spoke
from
both,
that
yeah.
village. Okay.
Yeah. And then so that was pretty like interesting. That was we stayed there for like a week, and it was pretty weird. Like they had like these hand built like rock houses that are like the size like honestly like a bathroom here. And so we were sleeping like there was like llama intestines hanging from the roof and stuff.
Llama intestines?
On purpose,
Yeah.
like they just
they just like dry them out to like eat them or something, and like
Oh my god.
not llama, like goat. I don't even know.
Yeah,
some sort of animal.
Dude, that's wild.
And then so we would like sleep like stacked on top of each other because it was so small. And it
Oh
was, like,
really?
it was kind of weird, like to be honest, because
Actually, like stacked on top of each other.
not actually, but like I was like fully like
packed like
straight like
sardines.
cuddling with a 60-year-old Peruvian guy. It was like kind of weird. But
Did you form like really close bonds with the people you went on the trip with?
well, on the trip, one guy I still talked to. I don't know. So that was like a big thing. A lot of people were like pretty negative, kind of.
Oh really? They just like didn't like it.
Yeah. So like, because there was a lot of like you could justify it pretty easily because you could be like, I paid money and they're like like they're putting me through like this kind of like BS.
That's kind of the purpose of the program.
Was
Yeah,
it like
but-
a structured program, or was it kind of just like the guide would take you where he kind of wanted to take you?
No, it's like really structured. Actually, it's kind of cool. Malia Obama like took a gap year and did the exact same program like
Really?
a session after me.
Oh,
That's kinda
Whoa,
interesting.
you
Hey,
dude,
you
you should.
Yeah.
You could have been. Never mind. Yeah.
But no, so like it makes it very clear that it's like it's not you're not like going and like traveling. You're like sitting in like the back of a pickup truck like for like 6 hours to like drive to some like village or whatever. You like live on a farm and stuff. So it's not like supposed to be comfortable kind of.
Yeah, I think that's like the point. That's like kind of why you pay. Right? Do they like advertise that well?
Yeah,
Or it's,
yeah.
Like, gonna be like off the beaten path.
But then I think like when people got that sounded like cool on paper, and then like people when you actually had to do it, including me, I was like, no, this is kind of like not what I signed up for. You kind of rationalize that, but then so then there were some people, particularly it's like run through Princeton, but you can do like a non-Princeton version, and so there's a separate group of kids that when we got to Bolivia and started living in like the town which we would be living in for a month and a half or so, like. We met up with this group of like Princeton will send you there for a year through the program before you go to Princeton if you're like admitted or whatever. And so we met up with those people. So they'd already been there for like 8 months or something, and they were just like totally loving it. And I don't know. So then it was just like, oh, okay. Then it kind of like clicked for me that like kind of like how you guys were saying. When someone like when the like family member offer that I was staying with was like, oh, do you want to like come work with me in the market today? And I was like, fuck, like, sorry, like.
No, you're fine. You can. Yeah, you can say whatever.
Like, darn, I don't want to do that. That sounds like intimidating. Like I'm gonna be interacting with like random like Bolivian people all day.
Yeah.
You could kind of like view it as like, oh, this is gonna be like really intimidating, but it's gonna be cool. Like how many people can, or like, and also like how many like. Times am I gonna have the opportunity to like work in a Bolivian market kind of?
It probably takes that like little adjustment period, like you said, like 1 month to like kind of like get used to those stressors and whatnot, and then after that, I think maybe if you approach with the right mentality, it'll probably.
How big was the group that you went with? Like the first hiking group, not the group that you met up with.
Like 8 people.
Oh, so it was pretty small.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
so
then,
you literally were all in the same pickup truck, like driving to these places.
Yeah.
And what was the age range?
Ours was a little messed up. It's supposed to be like college students only.
Yeah.
But one girl was like an older college student, so she was like 26 or something.
Okay.
But generally like. 22.
You went with a friend too, right?
I didn't go with a friend. But like one guy I'm still pretty good friends with.
Gotcha.
Do you think like just like being in those tough situations made you like form like a close relationship with him? Because I think like probably for like out there in Bolivia, like going through like all
that's
this
kind of
stuff.
what we were touching on a little.
Yeah,
bit,
I think
right?
kind of going through adversity with somebody can all like I think a lot of people in the army experience that, right? Or like they go out to war and they have these crazy experiences which nobody else in like civilian life knows about, and then like they're the only ones that kind of like have this connection together.
There's a lot of like different like groups and like things in society, like team, like sports.
Yeah,
for example.
sports
That's
are
like
a good example too.
That's definitely like a less extreme way to get really close to people because you're like doing fitness and like working through stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Apparently or this is kind of separate. Apparently the sports teams that like kind of like jokingly make fun of each other also get closer.
I think
like,
so. And that's the thing. Once you get to
I think just friendships in general, like at least for me, I noticed that like I know Lisa was talking about this too. Like she noticed that like if there's a person that she can start roasting on right away and they roast back at her, then like they're gonna be good friends.
That was her way of getting
the same thing. Well, yeah, she also like likes that stuff.
She starts with a roast.
I think that's good too. Yeah, if you can like throw some shade at people and like they take it and they like it builds some respect. And,
that means they don't take it personally.
Trust. Yeah, build some trust and like I definitely noticed my like the people that I can like roast a bit are like the people I'm closest with, or 100%. Get roasted by and like not take it like super personally.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So you like Foothill so far?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's been pretty chill.
Yeah.
I think Foothill is such an interesting place, man.
Yeah.
There's such people from like all different like paths like come here. Like you just like took a gap year, and me and Sean like left college and like.
How was the transition like coming back to the Bay Area after being in Bolivia for 4 months? Because like by the end of the trip, what was your attitude towards like did you start to like it a lot?
Yeah, I like didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh really?
Yeah. There was like a few, like. The whole trip, there was not, like, a real shower. It was, like, spraying myself off with, like, a hose, which is kind of gross to say after the fact. But, so, yeah, I was kind of excited for, like, a real shower.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to leave. You wanted to stay in Bolivia?
Yeah.
I can.
That's so mind-blowing.
Because there came a point where it was, like, once you kind of, like, not even come to terms, like, So when I started living like for the long period of time where you're basically on your own, there was like a month where you kind of interact with the group, the other students. Then there's a month where you're like actually 100% on your own, and all the people go to like different cities and you're just in Bolivia like by yourself.
Whoa, really? That's part of the program? And can you choose that, or you choose that like beforehand, or?
You kind of just have to, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, do you choose like the place you end up in?
Oh yeah, they help you like organize. They're like. So there's like 2 instructors, and like a week before you're kind of like okay. So like a big part of it is you have like an independent study project.
Oh, okay.
So it could be anything like learning how to dance or like mine. I like made this. They have like these Bolivian guitar things, and so I like went to like this mentor guy, and he like taught me how to make one. And
like out of like straight up wood or what?
Yeah, like a chisel. It's a little like ukulele.
Do you still make it right now? If I gave you like a log.
It was pretty hard, but like I mean,
maybe tools for that. Can you play?
I don't even know how to tune it. Sometimes I like try and call him. Sorry, him, but
you're good. No, you're good.
Yeah, like it's hard to figure out how the tuning or because
so
it's like 8 strings. It's 2 double strings.
Okay.
Yeah. So you do a month where you're kind of like, you do some Spanish classes. You live with a homestay family, and then you do like some work on that like independent study project. Then you do a month after that. During that previous month, you're kind of like getting built up to like the living on your own like fully. Then you do a month where you like really get into your like project, and you're completely on your own, and people go to like different cities around Bolivia, and they help you with where to go, but they don't. You still have to like get on the buses by yourself, which is kind of like sketch because they're like hard to figure out, and so that's kind of like how, and it was pretty cool because by the end like so like after I saw those Princeton people, it was like they were all loving it. There's a few kids in my group that were loving it, and I was kind of like wondering what I was doing wrong, I guess. And so it was just like kind of like reminding myself to like reframe things that like
perspective is really important.
Yeah, so like instead of like it's like the same thing, but you're just like changing the angle that you're looking at. So like being in like a poorly made house, but you're also like the fact that you're in a poorly like made house or like a handmade house is like you also get to be like really like close to the family that you're living with, like physically close and stuff.
That's interesting.
So yeah, just like and yeah, it's kind of surprising because like then kind of everything became positive, almost to like a risky extent, because I was just like yeah, I debatably started doing like riskier things.
Like what?
Just like going like there's like a street on the city that I was staying in that you're like not supposed to go past because it's like dangerous.
Oh really?
And I would just like like I don't know, like go past there and things like that. And it's like, but it's not just like you like, I don't know. The what my family told me is it's not just like you necessarily get like punched or something. At the very least, you get like mugged and stuff. So like it like actually like real stuff could happen. You know?
Did you like were you close to any of that? Did you see any like robberies or anything bad? You walked past the street.
Oh, so like one girl.
Did you walk like on the street or like just past it, like past the intersection?
Like I went like into that area, but like not just for no reason. Like there was a restaurant that I wanted to go to.
Oh.
But it's like.
Were you scared? Was your heart like beating when you? Or did you?
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
By yourself?
At that point, I was a little bit like. I had lived in that city for like 2 months, so I was kind of like, oh, this is like my domain or whatever.
Yeah.
And I kind of got a little arrogant maybe. But
I run this place.
So one girl got bit by a dog, and she had to get like air vac for
like
rabies.
Face
something. Right?
Yeah. No, like it wasn't a bad bite, but like.
But still,
it could be rabies. Yeah. And then one girl got like chased by a guy with a knife.
No way.
Yeah.
Like the guy came out with a knife to mug her?
She got away?
Yeah, because she was walking with her like Spanish teacher, who's like someone that lives in Bolivia.
Yeah.
And the Spanish teacher like kind of had an idea of what to do basically.
So what did they do? They both ran, or what? Or did he turn around like?
Yeah, well, it was day, so like I don't know how it happened, but
that's crazy.
This
was in that same city. Or was this in the city?
Yeah, this was in the city that I was in.
Oh my god.
The people my jiu-jitsu academy, a lot of people from South America, like a couple from Argentina and Brazil, and a lot of them just want to, because they're, especially in like the smaller cities and stuff, there's a lot of like almost all of them have had guns pointed to their like heads. I mean, usually it's like a ploy to have like to give your money up, but still like,
like
it's a very common occurrence where like
so
they're like, I'm scared for my mom, like
we're
like just there's so many like people mugging people and like and whatnot happening there.
Yeah, I went to Guatemala for a week with or like 10 days or something with gun. There was like some YCS service trip, and like you said, like you didn't want to leave at the end. Like at the end of that week, like I don't know, it was like a different situation because I was with like a bunch of homies from gun.
Yeah.
But like we didn't want to leave. Like I definitely like didn't want to leave. It was pretty safe, but it didn't seem like our living conditions were a lot better than, and we didn't like hike around that much. Like we were. Like, it was a service trip. We were doing, like, half, like, vacation type things. Like, we went to this, like, lake. This lake surrounded by, like, 3 different volcanoes. Like, they're all active. One of them, like, erupted, like, at night. And you could see, like, lava and stuff.
Like, you saw a volcano erupt?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, like, we were in the city of Antigua. No, it happens a lot there.
Okay.
But it's not like a huge eruption. It's not like Mount Vesuvius going to, like, bury the town. Or
Pompeii
the city of Antigua, it's, like, a conquistador town. So the whole city is, like, one story. And they're all, like, little pueblos kind of thing. And it's so sick. And there's, like, plazas. You know, like, the typical, like, South American, like, plaza type thing? Like, I don't know what they're called.
The town centers?
Yeah, the town centers. Those are so cool, They have a bunch of those things, right? And then they have, like you know, food and, like, vendors and stuff
people
like
all
that.
gather in that, like, when you're in Bolivia, would people all, like, come into, like, the town center and, like, just chill out there?
Yeah.
Is it, like, that kind of community feel?
Every single town had a center or like a plaza.
Yeah.
And then when I started living in the big city, it was multiple like plazas, and it was pretty cool actually because like I didn't have any.
Those are so cool,
I had to like go to internet cafes and stuff. Didn't have a phone or anything.
Oh, I feel that.
So like I kind of just learned to like go like sit there and just
Toward
like
the plaza and everything there.
And it was like people like an activity there is to like, you know how it'd be weird to say like I'm just gonna go sit in the park.
Yeah. But
that's
here,
like a thing.
Yeah, in Europe,
I wish I think that's more of a thing in the city. Because in San Francisco, like, have you heard of, like, Dolores Park? Like, people actually go and just, like, hang out, which is, like, kind of weird to us.
The Silicon Valley, too, where it's, like, a fast pace.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you going to chill out for,
we should go chill at Dolores. It's sick. On Saturdays and Sundays, they have, like, just a giant party. There's, like, palm trees. When it's sunny, like, the whole grass will be filled. There's like a dude who's always there like with a cooler, and he has like coconuts and rum, and he'll fresh coconut, he'll like chop it up with a machete.
Oh my God.
Pour the rum in. It's like $5 or something. It's like a sick place. There's like speakers.
They have
people playing spike ball and stuff.
They also have a vending machine that'll make you like fresh bread. You like get a fresh baguette.
From Bolivia? In Bolivia?
No, in Dolores Park.
Really?
Yeah.
A vending
It's like
machine
some
making
new
you
startup.
fresh
They have
bread?
a few of them in San Francisco.
That is insane.
Or they load it every day or
bread.
something. I don't know.
Oh, right. This is like make
That's
it.
pretty sick.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, Dolores is dope.
Did you? Was there like a bigger aspect on community? Did you see like with the smaller houses and people being like closer together and like the town squares?
That's like tighter.
Yeah, that was pretty. Like the homestay families were pretty cool. So I had one that was like hand built house. It was like they lived on the kind of almost like a complex kind of thing, but like with their like extended family, like cousins and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom is kind of like, I guess, almost like the stereotype of like an Italian mother, where they like kind of like force feed you and stuff. And they're like all like super like loving and stuff.
Yeah.
And
so cool.
And it was cool. They like they had like a hand built pizza oven.
That's so sick.
Yeah, so I'd like go out with them and
like-
make bread and stuff.
So the food was really good.
There.
No.
You
Oh,
make
was it?
bread? You would just go out and make bread by yourself?
No, that like they would have like a big day where
Yeah.
and they'd like fill like a trash bag with like these little it was like very bad bread.
Oh.
But like
I was like
But
poor
still, that's pretty
yeah, the food is like
cool experience.
Bolivia's like not
Not
known
known
for its
for
food, I wouldn't say, but like actually there was one day I was there for Easter, that was it. And for them, Easter, they have like 11 meals or some number associated with Easter. They have like 11 courses in the meal.
Oh my God.
So that was pretty cool.
That's pretty sick.
My mouth is.
And like
Yeah, you're really hungry, huh? Were there any like festivals that you were there for?
yeah, like Carnival, which is pretty big in South
Dude,
America.
I've heard of Carnival.
And that was really cool.
What's Carnival?
I've heard of it in Brazil.
I think it's
I
like
don't know what it is.
debatably like it's a month actually.
Okay.
I think.
It's insane.
Oh, it actually differs in like different
Yeah,
Spanish countries, but they have all these like crazy masks, like really crazy masks, and they do like dances down the street.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like I don't know like anything more than that.
Did you
other
go
than
out
there's
and,
like
like,
cool.
You
I
went
saw
out.
a lot of cool like dancing and
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Yeah, and then they also have this like drink called chicha, and it's like.
Are you allowed to? You're allowed to drink in South America?
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
It's like
I mean,
16?
dude, bro, there's like
They don't check.
there aren't laws like
Oh, really?
like you can like take a shit in the street.
Oh, really?
Like guys like it's the kind of thing where like
It's kind of
Take a
chaotic.
shit, like, I
no,
love
like
that
100%,
example.
Chaotic society.
it would be like going to a
Yeah,
restaurant. It's like the front of someone's house. Dogs are like stray dogs are like walking in like eating the scraps off the floor. Some people like get in fights out in front, and then
really?
like got
That's
like
kind of dope though.
guys like literally stand in like the entrance
Primal
of the
society.
Yeah.
of the restaurant at night. Like if it was like a bar, like once again a bar is like someone's house that they put like fold out tables
Oh,
in the front
really?
of, and they would just like pee out the door, like onto the
I
sidewalk.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah, or like actually the taxis are kind of scary. Like, if you don't get like a certified taxi with like a phone
Yeah.
number on it, it can just like drive you away and just
And
like
you get kidnapped.
Yeah.
man.
That's a common thing.
Dude,
Yeah.
apparently my dad went to Venezuela for Venezuela's like sketch, right?
Jesus
Especially now, but he went like a year ago, I think, for some fishing trip to some island like off of Venezuela that wasn't as like sketch.
Mhm.
But he had to like fly into Caracas, and like he was with a bunch of like he works for Chevron.
Caracas, capital of Venezuela.
Caracas, yeah, capital of Venezuela, and he was with a bunch of like corporate guys,
Yeah.
and they had to like have like escorts.
I bet.
Like
dude.
Really?
they hired like private escorts or something to get them to like the ferry station
What
so
the
they could go to
heck?
the island because people kidnap like corporate
Because
American
they look
people.
like they have money, right?
Exactly, and then they like contact their families and they ask for ransom.
Wow.
So gangs will like ask for like $100,000.
It's all for money, right? That's the
They
underlying
won't.
thing.
They'll torture them. They'll like send them back like fingers and shit.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
sure.
know.
But I mean, they're doing
It's for
it
money.
for money.
Yeah, they don't want to. They wouldn't.
Yeah, they're
like
like
the smartest
sadistically-
thing. They're actually pretty smart. Like the dumb thief would probably just like rob them, right, and get like $100 from their wallet or something, get their credit card. But yeah, they take them for They like kidnap these people and like take them for ransom, and then
It's
they like
such a
contact them.
crazy
It's
experience.
like hella
man.
try hard. Yeah, they go to like great
Yeah.
lengths to get like tons of money.
Did
Yeah,
you find
it's
that
sketch.
my mom is super like loves like Latin culture because she says like people there are like
I
warmer
can so see that.
and more, and my mom's like that. Is
Your
that
mom's that's like your
yeah?
mom,
She
like,
does. She's like the people there are like warm and
Yeah.
like is that true? Like, did you kind of find that in like Bolivia and stuff that there was like a warm like passionate type people?
Yeah, I would say the people that you knew or like that you would come in contact with, then it's like fully like from like day one they kind of like embrace you.
Yeah, it's family type.
Yeah, but then it's also like a bit it's almost like a big city on steroids kind of, because if you go into like the market or something, then those people there, you're just like one of so many people.
Is it also like suspicious because there's so many like weird activity? Is it like because like some people are robbing people? Are people like suspicious of each other as well, or no?
Yeah, they're like a little like harsh. Almost.
Harsh, yeah.
Actually, there's so there are these things called like trophies, and they're like fixed route taxis or something. I don't know, but basically it's like some random guy can convert. No one has a car that's like newer than like 1990 there, and they all are run on like natural gases. So there's like some under your seat is like a tank of like gas.
Oh what?
And so like the trophies like drive around so quick, like in the and basically you just flag it down. You like put your hand out. They pull over, just like cut off a ton of cars on the sidewalk, and then like so they don't have like bus stops. You just yell to them like, I want to get off, and they let you off.
Yeah.
And
I got
yeah, so they pack like 10 people into like a Corolla or something, and like
wow.
It like
squeeze in?
Yeah, and like I got in an accident in those twice because the drivers are so crazy.
Really, like a bad accident?
No, just like I mean, probably like a bad rear ending accident or something, but like.
Damn, that must start shaking you up, dude.
But the thing is like it's so like that's like so almost like not ordinary, but like.
Or more
You would never like call the police for that. In fact, I don't even think like you. I don't know.
Drivers probably just like argue at each other for a bit.
Yeah.
Like go their separate ways.
Is the driving really sketch there?
So yeah, it's like really messed up.
But
But
then we have weird driving here. Like everywhere else, like Europe too. Like
Europe is
gets so close to pedestrians and like
Yeah.
Italy. Holy shit! There's like and yes, I bet South America's like wild. I know in like India they don't have lanes or some shit. They just like. They like just charge forward and like figure out where they go.
Like people don't even use lights to cross. They like time it and it's so sketch. Like swim between two cars, and, like run across.
Wild. Apparently in like Vietnam, I was reading on Quora. I don't know where it is. Some
Quora.
If you like,
Quora, dude.
you're supposed to just start walking because they all use scooters and like they'll go around you. But if you try and like dodge them, it's actually worse. Yeah. Because like you like
can't change your speed. Yeah. You throw them off and then they'll like swerve. Yeah. They're supposed to swerve around. You just walk straight. Don't change your pace. That's what Sunday.
That's such a like
so weird.
Or Mike was someone saying that.
Trust.
Yeah. Wow. That's just wild.
Was it really weird? I know that when I go to like another, especially Iran, it's so much different. And then when I come back, everything in America is so weird to me. Did you have like a period when you landed and like you saw the airport and everything after 4 months of being gone? Like, did it feel a lot different?
Yeah, the airport it wore off like kind of quickly.
Yeah.
But then some of the like the weirdness wore off quickly, I would say. But like the airport was pretty weird. Actually, I'm trying to think of what. One of the weirder things was like having like the time so easily, because I like there is like a lot of time. I didn't have a watch because I just like didn't want to get one, so like really often I just like didn't know the time and like go the whole day, and I had an idea of the time but like not really, and in the airport there's like clocks everywhere and stuff. It's really easy to find the time, things like that. But yeah, I don't know. So like I would say. That kind of like reframing thing lasted for a while. I don't know. It kind of wore off.
What about like in and out or just like fast food and stuff? Was that like a big difference? Like just eating food here and stuff.
Yeah, they have like bland like I really like the food there, but they do have it's really bland. Like they have these like.
What's their like national dish?
I would say
their staple. I guess they eat like a lot.
The thing that was like one of the most hyped up things were these things called salteñas, and it's
I've never heard of that.
Kind of like it's like some like dough thing, and it like is like this, and then there's like stew on the inside, and they're a little different depending on where you go.
That sounds fun.
They're really really good. I got like pretty into them.
Sounds really good. I want to hear about a couple things. I want to hear about the reframing for like how was that process? Like was it just like you saw those people and it clicked, and then you all of a sudden you like kind of felt better about the situation, or was it like a process where you slowly had to train your brain and like thinking differently?
Oh, that I don't know. I haven't actually figured that out yet. Like, but because it was kind of a combination of both. Because I feel like I had that idea like came into my mind before.
Yeah.
I like interacted with those people that kind of made it click.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like previously I would think like, oh, just force yourself to view this as positive. So like make a bad thing good as opposed to view the thing as neutral.
Yeah.
But then or the thing is neutral, but it's my perspective that's changing it.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
like perception.
A little deeper. You're just like, you were just like, you weren't trying to force like, oh, like you underlying, you still thought it was bad. You weren't trying to like be like, okay, I'm gonna think it's good.
That's good because then you don't become like deluded as to like what the reality of it is.
Yeah.
But you understand. But it's like more like separating it.
Yeah, separating like how you're feeling from the situation, trying to like take a step.
That's so true though. Like the same thing
that
can
applies
be.
To everything.
Yeah, the same like somebody saying something to you could be like a positive, just like depending on how you perceive that like event that's in
it's like a difference between like rationalizing it versus like rationalizing that it's good, like trying to like find like the logical, oh, this is good because of that, rather than just saying, okay, this is like my situation objectively, then saying, oh, like that's kind of cool, like you're not rationalizing, it's like you're just accepting.
And that was probably like the main difference because it's like hard. I mean, if something is bad, like not bad, but like toilet that's a hole in the ground that's like 50 feet from where you're sleeping. It's like it's pretty hard to convince yourself that that's good, but you can convince yourself that like you cannot convince yourself, but you can like start. You could start to view like how it might benefit you or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can just like view it, like kind of just accept it and like move on, like
exactly.
Yeah, because then you won't be stressing about it. You're just like, this is my situation.
I think accepting it is like the first step.
That's
just like accepting it and
then you can say, oh, this is actually good for me later on. I think you can be like,
first you have
this is gonna make me tougher or something like that.
Find some sort of
but accepting it is big, because then you'll start overthinking and stressing about it and be like, oh, I could have done that and not been in this situation or something, right?
It's so cool, man. I really want to do something. I think
I think that's so valuable.
I think experience just a different way of living and like a way. Because, like, we're in the top 1% of the 1%. Like, just, like, the amount of struggle that a lot of people have to go through that, like, we're, like, totally not exposed to, I'm sure. Like, living in a house that's, like, that small. I'm sure for the first month, dude, I'd be like, why am I here?
I'd be freaking out.
I'd be like, I'm away from all my family and whatnot. But now that you've been through it.
Yeah. It seemed like you took some, like, cool revelations from that. I want to hear about the cocoa leaves, too.
Oh.
Like, holy, what do you... I mean, that's like cocaine that's not, like, distilled, right? The cocaine.
Is it also related to chocolate, too, or no?
What?
No,
cocoa's not related to chocolate?
They do have good chocolate, though.
Okay.
But,
cocoa leaves, are they the same plant? It's just
cocoa...
leaves versus the pods? Or?
I think it's, like, coca and cocoa.
Coca leaves.
Cocoa is C-O-C-O?
Cocoa.
No, C-O-C-O-A. Or C-O-A-C-O-C-O.
Then what's the chocolate one?
That's
C-O-C-O?
That's chocolate.
And then the ones I was chewing are C-O-C-O.
Oh, yeah. So the ones you were chewing...
C-O-C-O, I don't know.
Oh, wait, whatever. Yeah, okay.
And cacao. It's like kind of like O-A at the end for chocolate. O-A at the end for chocolate. I don't know about the first.
Yeah, I don't know,
I mean, like, so it's like a pretty big part of the culture on, like, one hand. Like, every single tradition, every, like, holiday involves it somehow.
That was in Peru, right?
And Bolivia.
Okay.
But then at the same time, it's like after dinner, kind of how like someone here might have like a glass of wine while they like watch Netflix or something. I would just like go with like my dad or whatever, and we would just like have like a bag of Coke on our stomach and just like zone out and just like.
Oh, with your dad?
No, my homestay dad.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like.
That's so tight.
That's so sick.
But do you get a head rush or no? Like,
is it a stimulant or you get really like
your
out
mouth
of it?
gets a little numb.
But do you get like out of it?
I'd say it's like as strong as like coffee, and then it kind of varies from like leaf like batch to batch or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But then the main thing is you can get this like
strains.
Yeah, you can get this this like goose stuff that like strengthens it. I think it's just stevia or something, but they call it like lahia. And then your entire mouth goes like completely numb, and it feels pretty nice. It like makes it work better.
Is it like a body thing too? You feel like like amped up, or you feel like would you describe it as like a high?
Like no more than coffee is.
Oh, okay.
But the mouth thing is good, and like and I got like. So I got like addicted to it as much as you can get addicted to coffee, but like like 12 hours a day, I was like chewing coca. Like every waking hour, I just like putting more.
Dude, you're looking immersed in the culture, dude.
That's awesome.
It was really cool though.
Wait, how'd you like? Did you like have withdrawal when you came back, or did you like buy coca?
I like debated smuggling them back. I was like stuffing them into like random things in my suitcase.
They're illegal here, totally.
Yeah,
even the leaves.
It's like cocaine. I mean,
So
it's like
the leaves.
the first like
yeah, like you could
raw
make
material of cocaine, right?
And someone then told me that like by weight, it's charged the same as cocaine if you try and get.
So you get that's like a felony probably. Or something.
Yeah, and it's like it obviously weighs a lot more than cocaine.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I would have been like.
So you'd be
years
more.
in prison. But
jeez.
yeah, so luckily I didn't do that. But
that's so rough.
yeah, it's really like so. We also visited a mine because actually I had no idea, but apparently at one point in time.
A mine.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Bolivia.
Yeah, people who work. Like the people working
Remember
those mines,
those
right?
miners got stuck
in Chile, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah.
a movie about
I think
it.
working
They
in a mine
were
is
down
one.
there for like a month.
It's one of the toughest.
Yeah, it
one
was.
of the. Yeah.
Black lung.
Did you meet the people who like work there and stuff?
Yeah, so like it's this really rainy city, and it's really weird because in like the 1800s, because it had the mine, it was one of the wealthiest cities in the world.
Yeah,
apparently.
makes sense.
And then so now it's like
Whoa, in
all
the
this
world?
like intricate buildings and stuff. Maybe not 18, maybe earlier.
That's
than
from
that.
the mine. Like
From-
the mine
from-
was creating so much wealth or something like that.
Yeah, but now it's like a ghost town. Other than there's a little bit of mining left, and like people live on the mountain, like almost just like a house like dug out of the side of the mountain. It's like super rainy and muddy and stuff. But we like crawled. Oh, I wish. I mean, I guess I'll show you a picture after.
Okay.
But
Jamie, pull it up.
Yeah.
Thanks,
We should do that, dude.
Who would want to sit there?
That'd be pretty
That's
cool.
true. Yeah, I can sit there. I don't know.
So we went into the mine, like this guy who worked there. There's actually he's in a documentary that's like pretty. It's like pretty worth watching even. But he like toured us around, and they all die at like 30 because they get like stuff in their lungs. They're just kind of sad. But
is it sulfuric? Is that what it is? Sulfuric acid or something?
some kind of dust.
It's like
yeah.
it's like coal. Like
it's just
I mean,
coal.
are they mining for coal or I don't know.
Some like zinc, I think. But
Oh,
Some sort of chemical.
yeah, not coal. Yeah.
actually, okay.
It's just one type of mine.
There's like a shop there, like a handmade shop on the way up to the mine. Like there's some truck like takes you up.
Mm-hmm.
We bought a stick of dynamite. There's like this miner's like toolkit or whatever that they get before they go. It's like this thing of like probably like 160 proof alcohol or something, and like super like the strongest thing I ever like tasted, and you get like a bag of coca leaves and a stick of dynamite because that's how they like mine it or whatever. And the guy, I was like holding the bag like kind of swinging around. He's like, "Oh, don't swing that because if you hit the charge, it's gonna explode."
What?
Because they would like how they do is they like bite the charge and they bite off a little bit, but sometimes they bite like too close and people like explode because they bite it like.
That's so. Why don't they have the ones where they light it and it goes down?
I have no idea, but
It's like a-
Holy! It's just wait. How do they mine? Like they throw that? They have one stick of dynamite.
they stick. They like bite. So there's like a fuse thing that you can like split up and use multiple times, and I guess they buy multiple sticks of dynamite. So they drill these little holes. One person's job is to drill these holes in the wall. Then a person comes through, sticks dynamite in, and then another person comes through and lights them all. And
I want to be the guy who
That's
does
a
not
crazy
like.
job. Dude. That's a
Yeah.
crazy life. They die at 30, too, and
Yeah, I
they know
think
this.
so.
Right? Like, are they
Yeah,
forced
they
in
know
this
it.
profession because they're so poor?
Yeah.
I mean, they
and,
have money, right?
Yeah.
So we were just like walking through this like muddy mine. You can hear like little dynamites going off in the
Oh,
like way
you went
down
inside
deeper.
the mine?
Yeah, way down.
Do you
deeper.
go down and then?
So we went in like a decent, but nowhere like.
Is there
near
like
where
an
they're mining.
elevator?
I don't think so.
One of those
I think it's just a walk.
It's
but
like in the mountain. Okay.
and then
So crazy,
but
dude.
the weirdest thing that I'll show you a picture of is every day before they go in, because you're like entering the underworld, you like start praying to Satan, I guess, or their equivalent of Satan. So there's like this mud, like the creepiest. It's like a room like the size of like this high to like this table, like
So you're
that
really
box.
crouched down?
Yeah, you're all like squeezed in there, and there's like this Satan sitting there,
Claustrophobic.
and like you like give him some coca leaves, pour some of this like alcohol on him, and then you take a sip of the alcohol. Apparently you're supposed to just touch it to your lips. I took a sip and it like burned a hole in my tongue. It was so bad. It was
No
like
way.
the most like worst.
It's like
alcohol.
90%
It's like
alcohol or something?
Everclear or something?
Yeah, something ridiculous.
160, 80%.
Were you tripping, Grant? Were you just like?
Dude, it was like I was like, oh my god, that is like bad. But
So they pray to Satan. That's so interesting.
and he has a giant dick. I did not figure that out. He actually has a giant dick, and you're supposed to like pour alcohol on that too.
Why?
It's probably like
It's
it's like a
fertile?
negative thing or something.
Yeah, I have no idea.
He's like lust.
That's so crazy though, because Satan like rules the underworld, so like
they're not exactly. They're like making sure they're like being nice to him, right? So he can fuck him over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
that's fascinating.
It was such a little like creepy room and stuff.
Whoa! So it's like a little room before you enter your mine.
You crawl through it, or you crawl into it, and then you chill, and then you pray, and then you leave.
Yeah, so you go in the mine like a few hundred feet, and then you're like stop on the way, go into the room, do your thing, and then go to like your.
How big is the mine? How tall would you say the mine? Like, is it enough room to breathe and stuff, or is it pretty claustrophobic?
You have to like keep your head ducked the whole time, but
shit.
And then some. Yeah, it's like pitch black.
Do you have flashlights or lanterns?
Wild.
Yeah, you like. They don't even like. Usually they go in like pairs, I guess, and one guy will have a flashlight.
Oh,
so it's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's really insane that like that's just like just going into work and it's like what?
That's the good thing about technology is that humans don't have to do those kind of jobs anymore.
Yeah.
Because those jobs are. I mean, a machine can just go in and mine and
30.
Yeah, and then we don't need people to be doing this repetitive like.
Dude, that is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy that people wake up every day and do that.
Yeah. That was.
How would you say would you say, I know it's probably corny, like would you say that when you came back it kind of changed you? The way like you said, like in the beginning when you were about to go to Foothill, you didn't want to just do 2 years. Like how did that like kind of like going through all that change your experience on school or life in general?
Yeah, I think like in particular, I don't know, I kind of expected that I was gonna like the stereotypical like realization of like going to somewhere that's poorer than the U.S. and being like, oh, other people have it so much worse, so like I can't complain, and that wasn't really the realization I had, but like the reframing thing, which I think kind of stemmed from that, like
that helped you in general.
Yeah, that's like probably one of the like bigger things.
Being
that's
more
like
takeaways.
Are you
that's so important
to like other areas now? Like now that you're back?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like lost sight of it a little bit, but like I try and like remind myself.
Yeah,
I think
it's so easy to lose sight.
Ebbs and flows. That's what I noticed. When I have a good mentality, it ebbs and flows.
It does.
Yeah,
I forget.
You have stages where you're
weird.
good.
You can completely forget it sometimes.
Yeah,
and then you keep making
come
the same
back.
mistakes, and then you're like, fuck, like.
So, that's probably why journaling is so important.
Yeah,
because when you're having those bad times and you read it. And you kind of, I don't do that.
That's why journaling when you're healthy is important.
Yeah.
What I would do, I would like,
dude,
when
I'm not feeling good and I journal,
I'll be
it's
journaling.
Just negative.
Yeah.
I hate my day.
Yeah, which is good too. You need to get that out.
Is it good though? Because I feel like it's made it worse.
No, oh really?
Well, sometimes when I journal and I just journal about negative things, like it like.
No, but like when you're positive though, then you like journal it out, and then you can like really organize your thoughts, and like next time, you can like.
When you have an epiphany.
But yeah, it's so easy to like when you're feeling great, like I don't need to journal today. I'm feeling really good.
Do both of you guys journal?
I just started again. I used to like in high school. I journaled a little bit. I had a class that like made me journal. And there's like little like spurts where I do it. I write like 6 sentences or something sometimes, or sometimes I'll write like a page. Or something. But yeah, it's like I think if you write down just a little bit, like just like what you're thinking.
I mean,
clarifies your mind.
Apparently, that's like. I was reading online about some like psychiatrist just wrote something and like kind of because you know how meditation is becoming like trendy in a sense right now. So like her thing was that like you don't need to like do meditation specifically where you sit with your eyes closed and like listen to some guided thing, but you just need to like whether it be going for a walk every day, you just need to have some like ideally at least 15 minutes where it just like no like other stimulation and it just like whatever comes.
I think meditation is more. It's more of a mind state that you have to integrate into your life of like learning how to like if you're overstimulated to kind of lower that. Because if you just do like this guy that I've been listening to, he's like if you just do like 10 minutes of meditation in the morning, but then you go out through your life and you don't have that mentality of trying to just chill out, it's not going to help. It's like working out 30 minutes and then going off and eating junk food. Like you have to like integrate like when you're going on a walk or like I feel like it's important to kind of
I think it still will help.
But both of them together exactly but
you
also need that long
but you're right, you might like counteract it by eating junk food or something
exactly
but like I think meditation, that's just one act that gets you in like a mindful state and I think it untaps. There's like a couple of things like I've been like watching some videos too and reading a little bit about it, but it's like being in the present, that's one thing, and viewing your thoughts and your emotions like objectively. So like when you have those thoughts when you're on that walk, like I have like a homework thing due tomorrow, you don't think to yourself like, oh fuck, I should be focusing on the moment. Don't get like, don't judge yourself for that. It's like not judging yourself. You're just like, the thought came to my mind. Cool, I'm on a walk.
Because then you're fighting yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to fight yourself.
It takes so much energy. It's not an enjoyable way to live your life.
Takes a lot of
at
energy.
all. Yeah, it just takes a lot of energy. It's not fun. It's like you're constantly
There's a lot of stress that comes from that. At least,
Yeah.
I notice so much stress. I'm like, fighting myself, constantly fighting myself or something. But yeah.
And then like, I feel like a lot of it that like help because I do it. I haven't been as good about it like this past like quarter.
It's hard
this
to
quarter,
say.
but
I haven't been good at it.
But I was doing it a lot like when I came back through Bolivian when I came back, and then I feel like a big benefit is like you just kind of like every day you like check in and it's like you either realize like you start to get like a reference point like my mind was racing a lot like kind of when I did it today.
Almost like a set point. Like a routine type thing.
Yeah, and then
that's so true.
You just have like a rough idea.
It's a good gauge of like
I think those built-in set like we were talking about like micro habits. Like one thing that I've been really trying to focus on is like keep my room clean. Cause I feel like if your life is very like unchaotic, if it's very chaotic, like you can't keep your bed clean. You don't like your clothes are always dirty. Like you're always losing like and that kind of transfers to your mind.
It's like what you said with the meditation. You have to be always on, or else you can't fake. Like if you're only doing one part of your life, you're almost like faking. It's not actually you. That's like I think the whole like I don't know if this is I might be speaking bullshit, but like the feng shui thing that like. What is it? Japanese culture, like taking your shoes off before you go in the house, keeping the house.
A lot of things in Japanese culture have a very
like the home and your room, like your living space, kind of reflects you too.
It does.
If it's really messy. Maybe you're not organized.
If your mind is crazy.
You don't fold your laundry, or I totally agree, and it's just nice when you walk in, you have an organized room. I swear it like lowers your stress levels because you're just like, whoa, like, everything's really neat. Yeah.
And I think another thing is I don't know how related this is, but I think it increases your willpower too.
Yeah.
If every day you have these like waking up and you don't want to wake up, your alarm's going off, you just get out of bed, and then then those things like if you do that every day for 6 months, then like let's say like you need to study for a math test, you don't want to, but you just like do it, and then like. I don't know, slowly.
It's just not as hard,
Slowly, you're building your discipline and your willpower to like get what you want done, and it's so
definitely
weird.
Builds your willpower.
And that's like the whole way of viewing, because like I always hated cleaning my bed. I was like, cleaning my bed is like, it's like what mom's gonna do. Like I'm a cool guy. I don't need to be like spending time, but like those little things like help a lot. I think.
Yeah, I feel you,
and
dude.
Just becoming a better person.
Yeah, I think making your bed is like so useful. I never used to do that in high school, and I just started this year for like I've been doing it for like 6 months or so. I mean, like a year maybe. But yeah, it's nice and it feels good. Dude. It's like the first thing that you do. Yeah. Like even if I do nothing productive or nothing organized today, at least like I made my bed in the morning and had like my room neat. Yeah. Then when I come back, it's nice too. But yeah.
That kind of like whenever I try and do stuff like that, like it kind of ties into that like how you like approach your like perspective. If you like frame it as like like I'm just gonna force myself to do this like do a chore, which is like making my bed every day.
It's the same activity.
Yeah, or you could be like, like I'm gonna like try and become a clean person, and like making my bed is gonna be the first step to like this cool goal that I have.
Isn't that so weird?
Yeah.
Like cleaning your bed could be the most like boring thing, or it could be something that you view as like your path to basically like a better person.
It's so weird how like powerful the mind is, like perception, just the way you view something. I remember when I was like some of my lowest times, it's like hard to do stuff. You don't have the willpower. You feel like you don't want to go out. You're like not confident. Like I would just like get my laundry and start folding it, and it would immediately like turn my day around sometimes, and like I would feel
it's like
a little bit
small
better.
Sense of purpose.
And it's just like it's like also a form of meditation almost. Cause
I would
try to just focus on like folding the laundry, folding the laundry. That's why people like garden. That's why people like. Yeah. I think there was an example that. In like not in like third world countries, they like do something really cooking is like very therapeutic. I think
I'm sure
the Buddhist monk, I think my mom told me this, the Buddhist monks would like cook, or some type of monks or priests or something would cook like meals together like as a community, and like just do like the same act. They have like a little assembly line or something, and it'd be like a form of meditation for them.
There's meditation can be found in so many things, whether it's sports or like repetitive.
It's like that flow state kind of thing.
It is.
It's similar, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of those things are.
But I really want to study. I think this quarter I'm going to try to like study mindfulness a bit, and like try to get into it more.
I understand. I'm sure Anand. I mean, you took Anand as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's deep into that kind of stuff, right?
I think he does like 3 hours a day of meditation.
Insane, dude.
Actually,
Pawnee said I'm sure you know this, but he says he wakes up at 4 a.m. and starts meditating. I mean, that's willpower, dude.
Yeah, it is willpower.
I'm sure none of us could do that for more than. I mean, I certainly can't.
I couldn't do that.
Wake up at 4 a.m. I'm like.
I'd probably go back to sleep.
There's like a free Panani like. I mean, I don't want to like advertise it as free, but like. Panani did a meditation retreat with his dad. That's 2 weeks, like fully silent. I think it's pretty well done.
No talking.
Yeah. He said it was like pretty cool. I don't know how long it lasted for, like how long it like stayed with him, but
That's so crazy. 2 weeks of just no communication, just complete and in nature probably.
Yeah, and like, he said there was one like 6-hour meditation or something. I don't know, but like, and that was like kind of what like everyone says meditation's about, where it's like where he actually, because it like physically hurts because you know you're like sitting for 6 hours with your back like relatively straight or whatever. And so like there came a point where he really had to be like, at first he was like, oh, I think it's like 45 minutes down, this is really like good, and then by the end he was just like, it could have been like 5 minutes left, or it could have been 7 days left of meditation. And he like didn't care per se, because like the pain was just gonna happen either way. Like the
accepted it.
Yeah.
And he just was like in like this zone where time was like passing. Like he didn't. I think that's what they say. Like when you're really good at meditation, like you don't notice time passing even. It's weird. Like I even noticed it in Positive Psych. I took this class in junior year, and towards the end, it was like a semester-long class. We meditated every day. So we started like 1 minute, 2 minute, and would go up. And then eventually we were meditating for like 15, 20 minutes. Still wasn't like that long. But like just practicing every day, like by the end of it, I remember thinking, I would close my eyes and start meditating. And the days that I was feeling good and I could like really focus on like meditating or whatever, or not focus, like just kind of chill out, like the 20 minutes would be done in like a sec. It was wild. It was actually like, it blew my mind. And I was like, fascinating. Holy shit. Like it was crazy. And I felt so good during that time when I was doing it. I just felt clear. Like I had like there's obviously there's negative emotions, but I didn't feel like there's anything that was like onset by me, like overthinking, or, you know, it was just like day to day. It was like weird. I had like, the fog was like lifted. And Sonia was talking about too, when you meditate in like a group. Yeah. Oh yeah. What time is it?
3:03. Are you guys good?
Yeah, we should end soon.
Yeah, maybe like 10 more minutes.
Yeah, but when you meditate in like a group or like a room, I think your psych class at Palo, like they had some like meditation in the beginning. It's like really powerful when everyone is silent and everyone's just like doing the same thing.
I remember wrestling, we would do that.
It's like an energy thing, yeah.
In wrestling, at the end of the practices, when everyone was like super tired and stuff, Mr. Crane would like walk us through this meditation thing. He'd be like, imagine you're in an elevator and the elevator is all the way down. And it opens, you see like a big black couch. It was like kind of weird, to be honest. It's like you sit on that couch and like you feel yourself like sinking in, and like, and then he would just walk us through this like visualization.
Those are so sick.
And he's like, feel your feet, like you're tingling or whatever, and like talk about like, I don't know. It was like really cool though. And like by the end of it, you just feel weird, dude. And,
so like, cool, dude. If you really get into those, like get good at those, and keep doing it, it feels so good.
Have you? Oh, sorry.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
Have you ever tried like Headspace or whatever?
Yeah, I tried Headspace.
Is that an app?
Headspace is not bad.
The British guy.
Yeah.
He's
the
like
app
soothing.
Headspace?
It's an app,
yeah, I've heard of it. I've never tried it.
They made it like, it used to be like completely free. I think you have to like, they try to like sell you add-ons or something. But it's hella good, yeah.
What is it exactly? It's like a guide through for meditation?
Yeah.
They give you like plans, right?
Yeah.